We're gonna take a shot with this, and what time we are? At 9:02. Yeah, we still got a few minutes to go. Anyway, so where were you just now? You were down in Costa Rica?
Yes. Yeah, we were down in Costa Rica. It was great down there, boy. Beautiful.
Boy, oh boy. Like I said to you, I got family and I got some friends down there. So they all swear it's an incredible place. Incredible. I haven't gone down there. I don't know where I don't know. Whatever. You know me.
People are really friendly. It's everything down there is it's pure. I mean, there's no additives added to any of the food or anything.
Wow.
2 days you feel like $100 again. I mean, it's like get all that crap out of our system that they put into our food here. It is the rainy season, so we had rain just about every day, but it was 75, 78 degrees, no humidity. Beautiful.
That's not too hard to take. That's all right.
Yeah, and you know what's really pulling me, their medical and their dental down there is so more advanced than ours. Believe it or not. I mean, it's crazy.
Wow.
And it's about a third of the price as well.
Wow.
You could do a full body ultrasound, $80.
Full body ultrasound for $80.
Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow, that sounds pretty awesome.
And while you're waiting for the results, they take you out to lunch.
Wow. How did that get blown up on the screen here? I don't know. It's awesome. That's great. They take you out to lunch.
Yeah. Can't beat that.
Not at all. Not at all.
Cool.
When are you going back?
January.
That's great.
Yeah.
How's Stephanie?
Doing good. She.
That's good.
If it was up to her, she'd live there year round.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You guys thinking about settling down there like in the quote off season? How can there be an off season for Florida? What the hell is the off season? The summertime.
Well, we're not going to have snowbirds anymore in Florida because everybody's escaping New York and California and Jersey, and they're coming down here and they're filling the cities. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, right now there should be hardly anybody on the roads, and they're jam packed like it is snowbird season.
Wow. It's going to be interesting to see what it's going to be like down there this winter.
Yeah. Crazy.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, that's what's going on in Florida. It's probably what's going on throughout the whole south of the country, Arizona, Texas. It's all probably, I don't know, but I'll bet you there's been a big transition over the last 8 to 12 months with everything going on with the government and COVID and everything else. People just want to get the hell out up north. So
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
Yep. Well, we got a few people on here tonight. Maybe we'll, since everybody, this is John Iannotti you hear in the background there. He's on a cell phone. You on a cell phone, John?
Actually, right now I am on the computer.
All right.
I could possibly try going live if you want.
Yeah, why not?
Who wants to see my mug?
Well, you sound good. You got a good.
Oh, wow.
How's that?
I can see.
Man. He's the man.
I told you I'm sitting outside by the road.
It's beautiful.
I got one hand in the air and a foot out this way trying to get the internet signal to come in better.
There you go.
Like the old-fashioned antenna, huh?
Yeah.
You got aluminum foil.
That's it.
That's
unreal. Well, at least we got you. That's cool. All right. Yeah. Everybody, this is John Iannotti. John is, man, I hate to call you a guru, but you are. You know, the man, the myth, the legend. You've been in this a long time. God, I know you got to be about 15 years now, I think. Maybe more.
All right.
Yeah. I've been to John's classes, his courses. I know his wife. He'll introduce himself, tell you about his background and all that. He's been on our show before, probably about 3-4 months ago, right before the summer. And I invited him back tonight just to do like a follow-up. What does he think is coming down the market? What's now? This is stuff that's happening now, not stuff that they're going to talk about, you know, that worked 5 years ago or even 2 years ago. All right. So I think it's important for us all to find, you know, to listen to what we can do in this freaking crazy market and what we expect seeing down the road. Now, John's also got his feelers out all over the U.S. All right. He's got people that are his students and he works with, he coaches coast to coast. So he's always working deals in that. So everybody, I want to welcome you to the call. Thank you for showing up here on this Monday night. I think it's the only nighttime call we're doing here so far. And you're on Facebook. That's great. If you're on YouTube, you're live. You can chat in, go in there, and Justin's going to be watching for questions and that. He's the real pilot at this. I'm just co-piloting this. And John, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background, all that great stuff, you know. Go ahead, man.
All right. Hey, thanks. Thanks, Steve. Justin, thanks for having me on. Guys, you know, I bought my first piece of property back in 1978. So I've been doing this for a little while. And my first deal was actually a creative deal that I did. And I didn't realize it till about 2002 that was a creative deal, because I never had any training. I never had anybody tell me what to do or how to do it, and I just did it, and it worked out great. I think back in '78, I made $14,000 on that deal with no money out of pocket. That's a lot of money back in 1978. Now today, that's like $1.50, you know. But you know, over the years, I've probably done. I don't even like to count them anymore, but it's definitely four digits, higher 4 digits now. Because not only am I doing deals, I mean, we've got probably with what came in today, I've got around 19, 20 deals working right now of my own. And then our members around the country, I think we have around 22 deals that we're working with those people around the country right at the moment. So, you know, that's how I can do so many deals, because I've got members all around the country feeding us deals that we partner with them on those deals. And then, of course, we do a ton of deals every year ourselves. So mainly what I do, though, is creative stuff. I don't use private or hard money. I don't use credit unions or banks. So when you can get that many deals done by just doing creative deals, why do you need the banks? In fact, I would prefer to be the bank. And how do I become the bank? That's because I can buy these properties usually pretty cheap, and then I seller finance them back out to other people, and we make our money just like the bank does. So I think the last deal I just did seller financing was it was $10,000 down, and we've got a monthly spread of around $400 a month, and they're paying a 9.9% interest rate. And in today's mortgage world, 9.9 is unheard of, because most of them are down underneath 5% right now. So, but that's some of the things we do. You know, our leads, we're getting leads all around the country. We teach our members how to get those leads. and how to do it with as little money as possible. You know, back around, I think it was 2005, 2006, I was probably spending $25,000 a month just on marketing. That was a lot of money. Of course, I was doing TV, radio, billboards, you know, all that kind of stuff. But was it worth it? Yes. You know, you don't do it if it's not worth it. So, but when the crash came, the banking crash, we had to figure out something new and how to get the leads without spending $25,000 a month. And what we did was we came up with a lot of ways of doing it. And today, I think I spend probably in the neighborhood, including my virtual assistants and bringing the leads in, probably around $1,200-1,500 a month. But again, I'm doing probably 20, I got at least 20 deals going at any given time of my own. Now, how many of those do I close? We probably close 3 to 4 a month, which, you know, is pretty good. I'd like to get that number up a little higher. I think it's going to get higher because I think the market's just going to get unbelievably good for all of us. You know, with everything that they're doing with the economy, I believe we're going to see, I don't think it's going to be a crash like '08, but I think we're going to see an influx of properties like crazy. I mean, I'm already getting tons of leads from tired landlords because they're not getting paid, so they want out. I'm getting them from people who are maybe 2, 3, 4 months behind on their mortgage payments. You know, I've been doing a lot of taking over payments right now. People like to call it subject to. I like to do a sub 2 with a wraparound mortgage. It protects the seller, and it is good for us as well, because once we own the property, then we can actually depreciate it and all that good stuff on taxes. Something I'm going to teach Steve at our 4-day event that's coming up next month down here in Estero, Florida, is how to do all these deals, since he's an old guy now.
Hey, easy. You're a hell of a lot older than I am.
What, 6 months? But how to do these deals where you don't have to pay any taxes whatsoever.
Well, you got my interest.
Did I pique your interest?
Sure.
Yeah. So it's a really cool couple of techniques that we're using now. And for guys like Steve, who has a bunch of property already, and he's looking to get rid of some of these, to maybe, you know, exchange them, you know, 1031 exchanges. You ever hear of those? That's just one of the ways. And we'll show you how to do that. You got to do it a little creatively so that you can get the max out of it. But here's the thing. There's another way to do it as well. And again, every penny that you make, you get to keep. You don't have to give it to Uncle Sam and those idiots down in DC, because they're going to try and take as much as they can get from us. And I don't want to give them any. Sorry, just don't want to give it to them. I've given them enough money over the years. And once we figured this out, it was like, dang, this is good stuff. So this is one of the good things we're going to be teaching at our 4-day. What else can I tell you about me? I don't know.
Well, you know what? You got, in this day and age right now, everybody's crying. They can't find leads. What kind of marketing? And I think that goes all the way back around to what your mindset is, how your program or what your business model is, as far as how to deal with the customer directly. So, you know, as far as give them what they want. I've been yelling at now on this station here, in this class for, I don't know, since I started with Justin. But can you expand on that just a little bit?
Yeah, you know, I figured this out. It was probably 2011 or so. It was after the crash happened. And like I said, I had to figure out how to do things a little differently. Maybe you've heard of a system called ACT, A-C-T. Well, I created ACT, and I actually gave that to our mentor, a guy in Jacksonville. And I'm not allowed to use his name. It's trademarked. But a guy in Jacksonville.
You know, man, I bought it from that guy. I straight up did.
I think he's grabbed everybody's credit card here for the moment. So
I hope you got a cut, man.
I love the guy. I didn't get anything for it. I just gave it. It was a give back to him because
I remember
everything
that.
he taught us, we did so well with. That we said, you know what, you take it, you run with it, and he definitely did. I mean, the last time I looked, he made over 10 million with the product, and I'm like, dang, I shouldn't have done that. But it worked for us, and it worked out well for him as well. But then, the market changed around 2014, and it became more of a seller's market. So what we had to do was change things. So then I created what I like to call REACT, which is reverse engineered agreeable contract terms. And REACT is give the sellers whatever they want. You guys go in and the house is worth, let's just say $100,000, and you're going to offer them 65 cents on the dollar. And I come in and I say, well, what's your best cash price? And he says, I'll take 80. And I'll say, all right, I'll pay 80. Who's going to get the agreement, me or you? See, and it all starts with that agreement. If you don't have the agreement, that you can't do nothing. Now, let's say I get a buyer who wants to pay me $80,000. Well, there's no money in it, right? I'm giving the seller 80. My buyer is giving me 80. No money. Well, there is. Reverse engineer it. Go back to the seller and you say, hey, good news, bad news. I got the funds, but I don't have all of it. Is there any way you can come down? Well, if he comes down 5,000, which is 5% or on a $100,000 house, I just made $5,000. Well, then you go back to your buyer. We're close. If you can come up, we can get this thing done. Well, if he goes up 5, I just made $10,000 out of thin air. And all the wholesalers are running around going, what's he doing? So that's REACT. So what we did was we married the two systems together. We took ACT and REACT, and now we call it the Complete Agreeable Transaction System, or CATS for short. So it doesn't matter what comes across our desk. We can take those leads and have the potential to make profit off of every single one of them. Again, I don't make profit off every one, but we're probably closing, I'd say 4 out of 10, maybe 5 now, because actually we've been doing better. So let's just be conservative, 4 out of 10. That's not a bad deal. Not a bad business model.
And with this market the way that it is, you're probably doing a lot of cash deals.
I'm doing a lot of cash deals. I'm doing loans, and we're doing creative deals. So the percentages right now in our business, I'm going to say we're doing probably 50% are cash, 40%, probably 30% are loans, and 20% creative. And that has changed over the years. It always switches according to what's going on in the marketplace. But we're seeing great things happening. A lot of leads coming in from people who are 2, 3, 4 months behind on their mortgages, tired landlords. We got one landlord. He's got 6 properties. We're getting another one. He's got 4 or 5. I can't remember. It's just they're coming in just piles.
Yeah,
but,
I hear you. You expect to be You expect to be doing a lot of short sales in the next coming couple of years?
I despise short sales. Back in the day of '08, whenever the crash happened, I had always done short sales from about 2000 on up. But we had 3 law firms negotiating short sales for us back then, and we did hundreds of short sales. And I do not want to see another short sale. There's too many low-hanging fruit leads out there that we do not have to do short sales. Leave that to those guys that are selling all those short sale products out there. They can sell it all they want. I could care less, because with our system, I don't need short sales.
Cool. What about pre-foreclosures? There's gonna be a ton of those coming down the road.
I do like pre-foreclosures. Again, I don't want them to be filed on, number one. And number two, I only want them 2 or 3 at the most payments behind, because then we can make up those payments and it doesn't cost me a lot, because I'm very frugal. Sorry about the noise. I'm very frugal. I don't like to spend money on real estate to buy it. So I just want to get as much of it as I can. And like I said, there's going to be so much of it coming our way that it's going to be, we can basically cherry pick the ones we want and make a lot of money doing it.
In the past, you worked with a lot of pre-foreclosures, and you were doing a lot of lease options.
Well, yeah, and we still do lease options. I'll tell you, I've been doing recently a lot of work for equity lease options, where we're not even putting any money into the properties. The people coming in to do the lease option, they're doing all the repairs. We put them on a tight rope. You got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, and you've got maybe 3 months to do this, 6 months to do this, that kind of stuff. Because even though we're not going to basically stick to it, but we want them to think that they have to do those things on the list that's part of their lease option. And we give them a decent price on the house. But again, we're making money up front, money monthly, and money on the back end. So it works out really good.
So this is what, like a work for equity kind of thing?
Yeah, work for equity. And several of them we've done with sandwich lease options, where the seller will lease option it to us and then we lease option it out.
So this person comes along and they sell you on the fact that they've got the wherewithal to do the repair work that this house needs. So now you said how do you document that, and what kind? You give them a schedule to work off of, or that you're going to expect this work to be done by? I heard you talk about that quickly. So how do you work that?
Well, it's a special lease option that we do with them. It spells out everything, including a work schedule for them to complete. And maybe, like I said, maybe they can, maybe it's in the middle of winter, like we did one, I think it was in February, where the roof needed fixing. Well, February, they don't do roofs, and that was in Pennsylvania. So we said, okay, you got till August to get the roof fixed. So last month he was ripping the roof off and putting a new roof on. It was supposed to have new flooring in it. He put all the new flooring in it. And I mean, the guy's doing a great job with it.
So what do you do with the guy that doesn't do the great job, that just blows it? What do you do with him?
Mm-hmm. Well, again, the paperwork gives you options of being able to get rid of them if they're not following the agreement. I mean, after all, it's a contract, so they have to. We're letting them have the house and at a good price, so they have to abide by the agreement. And if they don't abide by the agreement, then we can get them out.
Are you allowing these people to move into these houses?
Yes, if they're habitable. If they're habitable, if it's not habitable, of course we can't let them move in until they get it to where they can move in.
Do you do business with like wholesalers or anybody, or construction companies where they come across these types of you come across these types of properties and you lease option it to them, let them put the property in condition, and then I don't know, they sell it off,
Yeah.
you sell it off. Have you done those?
Yes, yeah, all of them. Right now I've got 2 or 3 wholesalers that are buying them up like crazy. They're buying them to keep them. They're not flipping them. Okay. We've got, I think there's a landscaper who's been buying from us. I've got a contractor who buys from us. I've even got the county buying from us.
Wow, that's great. So now I didn't prepare anything for an interview because normally you come in the doorway and you got your regular show to put on. So I'm winging it in. But you know what? Since you've got your ear to the ground with your other investors, people in your club and all, cross country, what's happening? Are there areas of the country that are doing better than the others? Is there some secret sauce that these people use in California and Nevada that maybe we could use in Florida and New York or Ohio or whatever? Or is everybody just running in the same direction?
Well, here's the thing, guys, we're not really in the real estate business. We're in the marketing business. So you have to be marketing all the time. If you're not marketing to bring these leads in, then you're not going to be doing a lot of business. So we're constantly marketing, bring in the leads. And then again, like we said, like Steve and I both said, if you give the seller what they want, you're going to get the agreement to buy over top of anybody else out there, because the other ones won't do it. I've even done this with some sellers. Let's just say round numbers again, $100,000 house. The seller says, "I want 100,000," and I'll say, "Geez, I don't know if I can do that. How about 105?" And they look at you like you got 3 heads. Yeah, and it's like, well, you know what? I said, if I can make you happy, then it's all good for me. I got to make my sellers happy first. So how about 105? And he's, okay, I'll take it. Well, then we go from there. And again, we're going to end up using probably the React system of renegotiating, depending on what kind of a buyer I bring in. My buyer comes in at 100, I've got to renegotiate with my seller. So it's just a fun game to play back and forth, and it's crazy because you're making money out of thin air.
So I look at this and I say, if you give everybody what they want, and you got let's just say 2 or 3 people, all they do is go out on the street and just sign contracts, giving people what they want. And at the end of the week, you got a pile. You look on your shelf above you, it goes across your office, and it's all full of contracts. So you're looking at that as like your inventory.
Yes.
And inside your inventory, you might have, for the end of the month, you might have 25 houses. So now you've got to go out and you've got to market those 25 houses, and maybe you sell 25% of them. Sell them, done, close, out the door. Next month, you go out and get another bunch, and this thing can really manifest itself. I mean, if you want to stay small and keep it all, that's fine. If you've got lots and lots of experience and you really want to kick this thing off and make it work, you could talk about job descriptions and what you would need if you really want to kick this thing up down the road. Don't have to do it now, but I'm saying how many people it would take to put a couple of people in place, and you can do this. You're doing stuff up in the middle part of the country, and you're doing it from Florida. So yeah, maybe we can talk about that a little bit.
Well, here's the thing. I've got my personal virtual assistant, and I've got another virtual assistant who does all the calling of all the leads that come in. So I got 2 virtual assistants. I've got an acquisitionist on the ground. Now, he goes and takes those leads, and he goes and sees the houses, and he makes the deal with the sellers. He's also recently taken on the, he'd like to show the houses to potential funder buyers. And so he's doing that as well. So I've got 3 people doing all those deals. And, I just sit back and I watch on my computer screen and see all the emails coming in, because every time they put a note or a document or a picture or something into one of the properties in our system, it sends me an email telling me what they just did. So I just sit back and I look at all the emails coming in and I say, oh, okay, all right, yeah, oh boy, this buyer's got a lot of money down. Yeah, we got to get on him right now. So I'll either pick up the phone and call my acquisitionist, or I'll text him and say, jump on him. He's got money. We need to get that money because it's ours, not his. So, it's just 3 people is all I have basically running the whole show. And then Steph and I, we just, we oversee everything. And from afar.
You still do that, or you still got your own CRM, or you white label it or something, whatever?
Yeah, we white labeled a system. We've been using it since 05, I think it was, or 06, somewhere in there.
I got to get on this thing. I really need to get on this thing.
It's got, it can provide you with mailing lists. It even has artificial intelligence. That's pretty cool how that's working.
Do they issue phone numbers on that?
Yeah, they can issue phone numbers.
Yeah, I got to take a good look at that. I'm gonna look at it tomorrow.
Yeah, phone numbers, websites, squeeze pages. It does all that stuff. Direct mail, all that. If you want to do mailings, which we're starting to do some more direct mail, very small amounts. So I might send out maybe 100 a week, just a little bit.
We got a question. What's a white label CRM?
No, it's not. What's the white label CRM? Is what is the name of his white label CRM? Like what's the name of it?
I'm sorry.
Okay, you can go to getreactdealflow.com. Getreactdealflow.com. That's the system. You get 30 days to try it out. If you like it, then I think it's $99 a month. And that gives you one zip code for the artificial intelligence, which is pretty slick stuff, man. I'll tell you what, especially for the pre-foreclosure stuff. Wow, it's slick. It works really good. Really good.
Thanks, John.
Interesting. Okay, so we started off and we said, well, any parts of the country working any different than the others? Do you find it hotter in some other spots than colder in others?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm starting to see some really good movement in California, New York and Jersey. You guys are moving out like crazy. The houses are coming available all over the place. But the Rust Belt states are really good. You get down into the Carolinas, they're good. Virginia, Florida. Florida's a little spotty. You got to watch where you go in Florida because, if you're along the coast, it's really tough because those are vacation properties, and you've really got to hone in on the right kind of a lead to get a vacation property from a seller, because you list something down here and you're probably going to have 4 or 5 offers within 15 minutes, so it's pretty crazy. But it's really good if you can work like some of the middle of the country, the Rust Belt states. Those are really the meat and potato places to find the good deals. I just picked one up the other day. An attorney brought it to us. He's a friend of the owner, and he's just trying to help. He's not doing the deal. He just wants to help her get into an apartment. So we got this big house. It's huge. It's over 3,000 square feet.
Wow.
She was a little bit of a, what do I want to say? I don't want to say hoarder, but she's a hoarder. And we got the property for $5,000. I mean, come on, $5,000. Now, the outside of the property, I mean, it looks great, you know, until you walk it through the front door. It's probably gonna cost me $5,000 to get this thing cleaned out.
Yeah, I've seen those. We all have. And the smell. Oof.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's money. That's smell. Yeah.
That's what it is. Get up, stand on top of the chair when you walk in.
Yeah. Well, the ARV on this thing's probably around 60 to 70. And, you know, we'll buy it at 5. I'll actually buy this. And then we'll sell it, finance it back out for the 60 or 70 and make a pile of money off of it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna open the floor up to some questions. If anybody's got a question, you want to jump in, now's your time. All right, don't be shy. John's an easy guy to talk to. So if anybody wants to fire a question off, just unmute yourself and go for it. I think
I'll go.
It's gonna be Uncle Nick.
There
Who's
we go.
up, Mag?
I'm here, bro.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah,
Hey.
so, hey, John, nice
Mike.
to meet you. So when you say, you know, like, give them what they want, you know, I'm from Jersey, and, you know, these people here, they don't really want an arm. They want the arm and the leg and, you know, the whole body.
And the pinky ring.
So,
Okay.
you know, like, basically, you know, people are asking prices that it's unrealistic. Do you still give them those prices, and how do you go about, you know, disposition them?
Yeah, Mag, good question. Here's the thing. If it's worth, let's say in your area, say $300,000, and you agree to give him the $300,000, you're in a hot market. When you put it out there, you're probably going to get multiple offers. So even if you get someone who wants to pay $315, $325, it's a good day. You just made money. So don't be afraid, if it's a hot market, to take the property for what they want, even if it is full retail price, because you can then get multiple offers out there. You know, it's hot markets are great for that.
So you're saying resell it on retail again?
Yeah. I mean, if it's a retail property, I mean, if he wants 300 for a property that needs $100,000 worth of repairs, well, then we may have to come back to him and renegotiate down the road, because you know, it's not going to sell at retail price unless somebody really wants that property. You know, when the wife walks in and says, "This is it. I don't care what he wants for it. We're buying it." You know, it's all over. But you gotta feel it out. You gotta put it out to the world and say, "Hey, I got this property in Jersey. This is a nice house. You know, we need, you know, $350,000 for this $300,000 house that needs $100,000 worth of repairs." A lot of people are going to go, "You're out of your mind." Okay, they're not my buyer. Some are going to say, "You know what? I'll give you 300 for it." Okay, so now I go back to my seller and say, "Look, I'm close. I don't have it all, but man, if you can come down just a little, you make money. If my buyer goes up a little, you make money." See how you play both sides, you know, against each other, and you create the profit.
You're going nowhere unless you've got a contract.
Got to have the agreement.
You gotta have that agreement. You gotta have that contract. So if you're
Right.
willing to put the person on the contract for all the money, subject to funding, there you go.
Well, and here's the other thing, you know, Steve, and what we show them in our system is how to do it that you'll get paid even if you don't buy the property.
Oh, repeat that again. What?
You'll get paid possibly even if you don't buy the property. You know, I still get paid probably once a month on deals that we were trying to do short sales on back in 09 and 10.
Huh.
At least once a month, I get a check from a title company or an attorney who's trying to close the deal. But we've figured out how to stay in the deal, even though we're not in the deal. And even with the creative deals, when we get out and the seller does the lease option with the buyer, we're not doing a sandwich. We're still in the deal if the buyer defaults. We have the right to come back in. I mean, there's so many things we've done that we've learned over the 40 some years that I've been doing this, that, you know, just another stream of income here, a stream of income here. It's pretty slick how it works.
There's a lot of unique caveats in this program. So, Mag, anything else?
Yeah, Steve.
Oh, Mag, we're talking to Mag. Hold on, Aaron. Give me a second.
Okay.
Hang on, man. Mag, you
Thanks. Yeah, I'm here. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate
You're
the
good?
help.
okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Go ahead, Aaron. What do you got?
Yeah, I wanted some help on a deal I got in Michigan City.
I got your message on that. If we got time at the end of this, we'll do it. Otherwise, we got to do it during like tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
There's so much time on here, so stay with us. Don't hang in. All right. Okay.
Yep.
So questions here for John. Fire away. Who's up?
John, what type of marketing do you do?
What type of marketing?
Yes,
Yes.
to bring in the sellers.
All right. I do all kinds of stuff. We do online marketing, of course. I like that the best because it's free, usually. We have, I probably have right now in the neighborhood of 25 websites and squeeze pages out there that we drive people to, and then they either opt in or they get on and they look at the properties that we have. We do, I have some of our local radio station has a daily news sheet that comes out 6 days a week, and they print them and they take them to like restaurants and convenience stores and what have you. And we have an ad in those. How about the paper placemats in the restaurants with the ads on them? We're on those. I'll tell you what, they're dirt cheap, guys, and people call off those things. I've got an ad in my local paper that I run. It's been in there probably 25 years now, every single day. But here's the thing with print ad, like newspapers, most papers, it's cost prohibitive. It's too expensive. My newspaper, I'm in there 6 days a week. The month costs me $165. I mean, that's I'm stealing the advertising. I hope they're not listening, but we do that. Let's see what else. Bandit Signs. I love Bandit Signs, and we show you how to do Bandit Signs without getting in trouble. I've got signs running around all over town that they can't do anything about it, and that brings in a lot of leads for us. What else? My vehicle and my acquisitionist vehicle. He has magnets on his. Ours have vinyl lettering on it. With our message, we buy houses and our website and our phone number. That usually brings in at least 25 deals per vehicle a year. It's pretty awesome.
How about that truck you had in the junkyard, or a bus or something like that?
Oh yeah, I had a 15-foot box van, and had it all lettered up and everything. Well, that thing became a money pit. Every time it went out on the road, I had to put money into it to get it running again. It was more, people saw it, I think, more on the flatbed than they did on the highway. But when I finally retired it, it went to the junkyard, and I told the junkyard, I said, look, I'll just give it to you. You don't have to pay me, but all I ask you is leave it out by the highway so people can see it. And it was there for like 5 years. I mean, the chassis and was gone, but the box was still sitting out there. It was pretty awesome. But just things like that. We do a lot of. We look at Zillow and Craigslist and for sale by owner websites. We love for sale by owners. I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing about 100 a week now, direct mails, and I'm usually targeting pre-foreclosure, vacant, tired landlords, absentee owners, expired, all the expireds. I'm not even, all we're doing is we skip trace the expired listing that comes to us. It costs us 10 cents to skip trace it. In fact, I got one service, it's free. So you just, of course, those you got to do one at a time, the free ones. But if we get 4 or 5 expired listings today, my VA should just do the skip trace on it, get a phone number and call them. You can do that because you don't have to worry about the do not call list, because you're not offering a service. You're offering to buy their house. If you're offering a service, then the do not call list comes into play. So, we've been doing real well with expired listings right now. So that's some of the things we do.
Thank you.
Jerry's the man. Jerry's the man. Okay. Anybody else with the question? Fire away. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I got a question for John.
Oh, man.
How's it going, John? My question to you is, can you give us some of the terms that you use in order to lock these properties up? Because I assume you're locking them up for a period of time so you can kind of move around with them, see what you do with it.
Yeah. Well, I typically, we want the agreement for cash. We're going to buy it for cash. What's your best cash price? And of course, is that the best you can do? Again, they're going to want pretty good money. So whatever they want, we're going to give them. After we ask, is that the best you can do? But it's for cash. Okay. And then we typically lock it up for 6 months. And the reason I do that is my real estate agents in Pennsylvania, when they do a listing, it's for 12 months. And I tell my sellers, look, I don't need 12 months like the agents. Just give me 6 and we'll go see what we can do here. And they sign on the dotted line. Simple as that.
Simple. And they're not worried about the property being vacant or them not collecting rent for that long amount of time?
Well, here's the thing. I tell them, look, it's 6 months. My goal is to close it tomorrow, because it doesn't do me any good to drag it out for 6 months. It doesn't do you any good. So I want to get this thing funded and closed as quickly as possible. I don't have that crystal ball to tell you how quickly that'll be. However, it's going to be as quick as I can make it happen, because like I said, I don't make any money until this deal closes, and you're not going to be happy until this deal closes. And my number one goal is to make my seller happy. That's my number one goal always, make my seller happy. Because if he's happy, it's all, whipped cream and cherries from there.
So during that 6 month period, they're thinking in their head, or what they know is that, hey, John's over there, he's trying to get some funding for this property so he could close on it.
That's exactly right. And that's exactly what I'm doing. See, here's the real reality of it. I don't call buyers. To me, they are funders, because they fund my deals. See, so I'm looking for a funder. I'm not looking for a buyer. Just a play on words, right? But it's the truth. My buyer is my funder. Whether they're coming in with cash, they're coming in with, they can do terms, it doesn't matter. They can get a loan, doesn't matter. I don't care where they get the funds, or if I have to create the funds, but by creating creative funding for them, that it doesn't matter. And here's another thing. Did you ever hear Dodd-Frank Act?
Boy,
After the bank crash, there was Dodd-Frank. And Dodd-Frank puts a limit on seller financing. So according to the law now, we can only do 3 creative deals a year. Now I do a lot more than that. And I'm legal. Now, how can I be legal when I'm doing more than 3? Well, you see, here's the thing with laws. And I used to be a policeman years ago. So the thing with laws is, I don't want to live by the law. I want to live by the exceptions to the law. Okay? So one of the exceptions to the law is, to the Dodd-Frank law, is a homeowner can seller finance their home, and this is real weird, I don't know why they did this. They can do it up to 3 times a year, their own personal home. Don't ask me why they did it that way, but a homeowner can do it on their own house. So when we do seller financing, we either bought the property and we're seller financing it to our end user, or the seller is going to do seller financing with us or the end user, because they can do it on every single house they own. We can only do it 3 times. So we don't like creating the seller financing ourselves, because we can only do it 3 times a year. Each seller can seller finance their house. So it's an exception to the law, and there's nothing they can do about it. We can do tons of seller financing deals.
I don't let that get me down. I just call it an RMLO, let them do their thing. And if I want to sell a mortgage or keep it, I'm not selling anything. I'm holding on to everything. And it's all cash flow, man. And now I don't have to be a landlord. I collect this check every month. Nice. This is great. And I just keep moving on. And if I want to sell that note down the road, I know that it's already been done through the auspices of the government. It's all cool, so I don't want to. I don't want to dance around underneath these exceptions. You and I got a difference of opinion in that. But that's okay. I still let you buy me a drink. It's all right.
Oh man, I gotta buy another one.
Come on.
Nick,
Get into town. I gotta call John, and John and I go out. We always have a good time. Too good a time.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it is. It's all good. Hervik, you answer your questions. You got any other follow-ups, man? All right.
Good.
All right. Coming around, getting around the corner there right now.
Thank you.
Anybody else got a question before we go into the show here, as they say?
Yeah. So in using the contracts, John. So let's just say, for example, because I tried using a couple of them in Kentucky, and the other one was in Alabama. In terms of finding these buyers and kind of just locking it up, I did that. Now, when it comes into renegotiating the thing of what kind of type of buyer you have, is it always going to be recorded with the county steps, number one? And if it's not, do you just typically go through an assignment to the end buyer if it's a cash transaction with the private, with the buyer? But if they come representing with a realtor, then it needs to be recorded with the county in order to get paid on that?
Personally, I record all of them. Now,
Okay.
I don't record the purchase and sale agreement. I record basically a memorandum that I have a purchase and sale agreement. Okay. And then with a lot of states starting to get ugly on the assignments, what we found and what we created basically is we get paid to release that memorandum that's been recorded. We don't get paid an assignment fee. Not only that, but if my buyer coming in is getting a loan with an assignment fee, you can't roll that into the loan. It's illegal to do that nowadays. Before we could do it before the crash. So what we found was you can pay off liens and judgments and all that kind of stuff with a loan. So by having that memorandum recorded, that shows up on the HUD as a lien, and it gets paid from loan proceeds. So now our assignment fee, what we call a release fee now, went up. Okay, so we got a lot bigger assignments now because we can roll it into a loan. Whereas when they changed the law on assignments, we had to get paid from the cash that the buyer had left over after getting the loan. And that was usually a lot less than what we wanted. So now we can get paid more by rolling it into the loan.
Is everybody listening to that? Did everybody hear that?
Yeah, that's great. That's
This
awesome.
is worth the price of admission here tonight.
Yeah.
Which is free anyway.
That's how you're going to close retail buyers
Yes,
that need a loan from a mortgage lender. Yeah,
correct.
that's great. Yeah.
Great,
So,
Justin.
so John, how often are you doing double closings?
It depends on the numbers.
Yeah,
You know,
I
if I,
way down with the release fees. So
yeah, if I'm going to make 30, 40, 50 or more, we're going to go ahead and do a double close. Yeah, definitely.
So doing the recording with the county, John, are you doing that when it comes to when you find the buyer? Because from kind of going back a while ago, what you said about if you have to renegotiate the deal, you can't really, you would have to put that in once that's kind of when you know what your number is going to be, right? So would that be towards the end, or do you record it right when you get the contract with the seller?
No, we don't put the number on the memorandum.
Oh, it's
Because-
just release fee kind of thing.
If no numbers are on there, all it
Notice.
states is it says the seller agrees not to put any more indebtedness on the property. That we have a purchase agreement to buy the property, and I added some extra language to it that keeps me in the deal if I get out of the deal. So that's some of the secret sauce that'll keep you in deals that you get out of. Even if you get paid, you could stay in them. It's pretty slick. But we don't put any numbers on there, because if you do, then everybody in the world knows what your deal is.
Right.
So you don't want anybody else to know what your deal is. Plus they know, oh, you only got 3 months or 6 months or whatever. And as soon as that expires, then they can go in and they can either try to get the same kind of deal or maybe even better it. But you know, you don't want that to happen either. So you don't put the numbers on there.
Gotcha. Cool. Thanks, John.
very cool. Very cool. Anybody else with a question?
That was great.
Anybody else coming once?
Let me, like I said, next month I've got my 4-day event. I do it twice a year, and it's just for our members. I don't invite the masses like the gurus do. It's specifically for people who have joined our system. We call them lifetime members because they get lifetime training with us. And it's 2 times a year we do this. It's 4 days. If you're interested in becoming a member, you could go to buycatsnow.com. That's BUYCATSNOW.com, buycatsnow.com. And that'll get you into where you can purchase it if you want. It's dirt cheap, guys, compared to what you're going to pay the big time gurus. You know, I've spent well over $400,000 on my education, but it's been over many, many years, and it was definitely worth it. But you don't have to spend that kind of money with us. We're not in it to make money off the system. We're in it to do deals. That's why I sell it so cheap. So
How much do you sell it for?
well, you can get the membership, the lifetime membership is I think it's $24.97 on the site, And if you want to come to the event, it's just another $500. Where can you get 4 days with us or any guru for $500? Can't, you're not going to find it anywhere. And here's the other thing. If you have questions, you email them to me, not to a call center in Salt Lake City. I answer the emails. Then once a month, I also do a call with all the members, and it's an hour-long call. Usually it goes over, but an hour. And if you have any questions, you ask them. I go over what we're seeing happening in the past 3-4 weeks around the country, and if we've made any changes to what we're doing, and we put it into the system. We have a web portal that you get access to with all the information on it. It's got over 50 videos and all kinds of marketing materials and forums.
You're constantly adding this thing, adding to it, and updating it. Because every time I go on the damn thing, I got to reprint the book, for crying out loud. Oh, we changed this, we changed that. Oh, shit. I'm sitting there printing the damn book again. So I want to try and stay on top of it. This is really a business in a box. I bought it. I'm still sold on it, right? I'm going to the October meeting down in Estero. I've already bought, I got my plane tickets and hotel set. I'm going, right? So, I mean, what else, you know? You got any kind of incentive for these people here tonight? Can we throw a hook in the water? I'm kind of putting you on the spot, man. I know we usually try to talk about this, but think about it, guys. You can come back on.
The traffic was pretty hard there. What were you saying?
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, it's all good.
Hey, I'm serious. I'm out by the road.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you put the name of the website to go to in the chat?
Buy catsnow.com.
Buycashnow.com.
CATS.
Okay.
Like a kitty cat.
Okay.
Buycatsnow.com.
Okay.
There, Justin just put it up.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you're interested in our system, our contact management system, it's getreactdealflow.com.
Okay.
Getreactdealflow.com.
It's cats, not cars. Forget what I typed. Oh Lord.
Cars.
Yeah, I only got one thing on my mind, you know.
Vroom, vroom.
Yeah, vroom, vroom. 40 years in the automobile business. I'll get to it.
All right.
Hey, John, it's been great. Anybody else got something quick for John before we sound off here?
Yeah. Cool. Oh, there's one.
Okay, Herbert, what you got, man?
I'll throw another one out there. Out of nowhere, right? If you had 50,000 in a Roth IRA, what would you do with it?
50,000 in a Roth IRA. Well, here's what I would do. You could do more deals if you put a little bit of money into them. So I call it lipstick on a pig. Maybe a little paint or yard work or something. It takes a little bit of money. Or like this hoarder house, I'm going to have to clean it out. That's going to take me probably about $1,000 to clean it out. So you do the deal from your IRA. Now you got to be structured in your IRA correctly to be able to use the money on these deals. But once you get going and you got cash flow going, then you can use some of that money to do some of these deals, to put the money into the property to get it to where it's marketable. You know, I will tell you, a lot of the wholesale deals we're doing right now. Now, my wholesale deals, I'm probably making 25,000 a deal. But the reason I make that is because we're actually going in and we're cleaning the place up. We're sprucing it up. So we'll put maybe $1,000, $1,500 into it. And then it becomes even, instead of making maybe 15,000, maybe we'll make 20 or 25.
Are you buying these inside your IRA?
There's some that are going to be bought with my IRA, and we'll get into that at the event. I'll show you how to do that, where you don't have to pay any taxes, and you can take the money now.
Beautiful thing.
Even if you're 38, even if you're 38.
Well, maybe not you.
Oh, get rid of this kid, will you, for crying out loud?
Not you. You got to be 59 and a half.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Steve just made 59 and a half.
You said take the money now, so that's why I asked.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I should have specified Mr. Steve.
Yeah, for Steve only.
Steve
Hey, Rick.
only. There you go.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Good.
Well, how's
Who's back?
Mr. Rick doing?
Good, good.
Are you coming to the event, Rick?
Yes, sir. That's what my
Awesome.
plan is. I'll be there.
Look forward to seeing you.
Wonderful. All right, last chance. Anybody else? Last time for a call. Check question with for the Dr. John Iannotti. Anybody else? Last chance. Last chance.
One more.
Go ahead, man. Go for it.
What do you guys drink when you go out, you two guys? In case, some of us sign up for the October event.
Ah,
Johnny Walker Blue. If he's buying Johnny Walker Blue.
hey,
Nah.
we're gonna be in Florida, so it's got to be a rum runner.
Yeah. Oh God. Anything rum.
They gotta have rum.
Anything rum. We were down in the islands, for crying out loud. Instead of buying bottle of water costs more than bottles of rum. Oh my God, I was so drunk. It was so great.
True.
Yeah, great times. Good times. Really is good times. The people you meet doing this industry, you go away to these events, and the best times you have, the most information you get is what? Sitting around a bar and just talking. And when you network like that, it is just awesome. It is just awesome. So he does this event next month. I'll be there, and I won't know most of the people in the room, but you bet you're behind. By the time I get out of there, they're gonna know me, and I'm gonna have their cards, and I want to network with these people because they're from all over the country, and
What's
they're
the
all
date on that?
they all want to accomplish the same thing that we all want to do. What's that, Jerry?
The date. What date is
17th,
the event?
17th. I believe it's the 17th to the 19th.
October?
It's when my wife tells me to be there.
Okay.
No, it's the 17th to the 19th. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check here real quick. Let's see, 4-day event.
I think it's the 14th to the 17th.
Maybe 14th to 17th. Yeah, that's it. 14th to 17th.
In October.
Yes.
Yep.
They've got some cheap flights going into Fort Myers and Punta Gorda.
Well, yeah, if you check Punta Gorda first, because they're usually cheaper. But yeah, Punta Gorda or Fort Myers Airport.
Yeah.
Kind of Fort Myers.
Yeah.
But Jerry could almost commute from there.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Justin with me.
There you go.
There you go.
You're a sweetheart.
There you go. All right. Anything else for John? We're getting a little after 10 o'clock on the East Coast here now. If not, we're gonna let John off the hook. Maybe he won't leave us for a minute. And I've got somebody here that wants to talk about a deal.
Okay. Well, hey
so-
guys, I said I see Ed's in there too, Ed Klasky. He's a member.
He's a
Good.
member.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey guys, if you want to come on as members, we welcome you, and we'd love to have you at the event. We keep them small. The event is usually before COVID, it was under 40. With COVID, the last one we had probably around 30. So we usually try to keep it 40 or under, because that way we could spend time with you individually as well. And our whole team is there. So I've got my acquisitionists there, you know, the VAs, attorney, title, all that stuff are there. And it's a great way to network and talk to the people that are working with us that, you know, they're helping us do our deals.
When I was there last time, you had an attorney there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You had a fellow that was doing credit underwriting and approvals. And who else was? Yeah, the attorney was doing that special thing on assets.
Yeah, he'll be there. The credit guy will be there. Let's see, the VA
Oh,
people.
the last meeting I went to with yours, I got hooked on writing that book.
That's right. We got you into doing a book.
Is he going to be there again?
We're going to be doing we got a red carpet Saturday night for the guys that are they're just doing the book right now.
I might do another one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Come
a
on,
great
you and
thing.
I. Come on, you and I.
Whatever.
That's all good. Thank you,
bet.
John. Thank you.
All right, guys. Hey, take care. Wish you guys all the best. Stay safe and join and come on down.
You betcha, man. Thanks, John.
All right, take care.
Now we
Thanks.
got somebody on here to talk about a deal. All right, where did he go? Where's our friend with the deal?
Steve. Right here. I'm here.
Where are you, buddy?
Right here.
Aaron, where's your camera, man? Turn your camera on.
All right. I'm in the dark, so you barely can see me.
Wow, I see a hand. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway,
What
I
can I
got
do
a
for
deal.
you?
I got a deal in Michigan City.
Right,
It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. The seller is asking $44,000 for it.
right.
It's worth about $105,000 fixed up.
Wow. How much work does it need?
It needs minor work. I got some pictures I can put in the
No,
chat.
I don't care about that. Tell me how much dollars is it going to take to fix this thing, to bring it up to the $105,000 mark?
I would say about 10,000. I mean, it's not really in bad shape at all. I mean,
All right,
the
so-
floors need to be done and it just need to be painted. And somebody was living in it not too long ago, but they wasn't paying because of COVID. And he finally got them out and he had it cleaned out and everything. So it's not no major work that really needs to be
Okay.
done.
So he wants $44,000 for it,
Yep.
and it's worth it cleaned up. So right now it's worth about 95.
Yeah, I would say about that.
So what's your question?
Well, my question is, I want to know how to structure it. The way I was going to structure it is I was going to borrow $55,000 against it and pay my lender off in a year. And I was going to do kind of what you told me on that other deal that we talked about in Lake Station, to where you kind of do a land contract.
Listen, stop everything. First thing you do is go put this damn house under contract.
It's under contract.
Are you in contract with it already?
Yeah.
Oh, God bless you. You got a home run there. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got a few different things you can do with this house. You can wholesale it. You can lease option it. Anything you want to do, you can do with this house.
Right.
So how do you plan on paying for it? First of all, you're writing a check, you're bringing in a private lender. What do you want to do?
Bring it in a private lender. I got a private lender that's going to loan me 55 on it.
He's going to loan you 55. That's fantastic. So that gives you your $10,000 to do your repairs, gets you out of the house. So you just got closing costs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to come out of your pocket. Okay.
Yeah, well, what I was going to do is I wasn't going to do the repairs. What I was going to do is I was going to purchase the house and pay the closing costs. And then what I was going to do is get an end buyer and bring him in, maybe put down $10,000 and like a handyman special or something.
Yeah. Okay. What state's the house in?
Indiana.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna do something like a handyman special and bring him in with a $10,000 deposit down, and he takes over the house, and I was gonna sell it to him for like $75,000, and collect monthly payments on that, and pay this lender interest only payments every month.
Well, okay, but what happens in a year?
Well, in a year, I have to cash them out. And what I was going to do is refinance.
Okay. So you're gonna sell it on what, a land contract?
That's what I was thinking about. But I was trying
Okay.
to find out, okay, if I did that on a land contract, would I be able to refinance it with a land contract on
Yep.
it?
Because
Okay.
you're not giving up title.
Right. So that's what I was planning on doing. And the finance company is going to finance me 65% of ARV, of after repair value.
Why don't you
So
do it?
say that again.
Why don't you do that now with them?
Well, I talked about doing it with them now, but they're telling me that I have to have at least, it has to be a purchase price of at least 75,000, or they
Okay,
can't do the deal.
All right, so how about you go back? How about you go back? I don't want to see you tie yourself up for 12 months and then you got a real problem down the road. That's a real short rope you're tying yourself up with. When I do these type of deals, I bring private money to the table. I do interest only, and I do at least 3 to 5 years. And I don't get prepayment penalties built into my deal. So if I want to cash out earlier, I can. All right. So why don't you
Right.
what are you paying your private lender? How much? The percentage?
He wants 10%, but when I mentioned 10%, because usually he's trying to get 15%. That's usually
Oh,
what
Lord.
he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tell him, listen, I got a different thing. I want to sell this thing and sell or finance it, blah, 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 blah. How about we do the same 10%? We do interest only. We do it for 5 years and see what he says. Don't pay points. Don't pay origination fees. None of that crap. Okay. Because 10 points is a lot of 10% is pretty high right now for private money, but you're not borrowing a lot. So that's what I would try to do. Now you're not backing yourself into a corner. If you do a land contract with somebody, contract for deed, whatever they're going to want to call it there. All right. And it goes out a year and the guy hasn't got the money. All right. I don't want to go back to a bank and open up the door and get on my knees. I don't want to go to a bank for anything. I want to do private money. All right. So if I know I've got that private money in my hand for that 3 to 5 years, I push it for 5 years if I can get it. Where's anybody going to get 10% today?
Yeah, well, I mentioned that to him for a couple years, and he said he wouldn't do that as long as he would do it as 1 year.
Okay, so you know what? You got your contract up, right?
Yeah.
Go down to you belong to the local RIA?
Yeah.
Go down to the local RIA. Listen to me. Here's what you do. You go down to the local RIA. You tell them, listen, I got a deal. I'm looking for an investor on. And they go, ooh, house is worth 95,000. All I got to borrow is 55,000. I'm willing to pay 8% interest for 5 years, interest only. We're going to form a line right over here. And watch how many people come up to you. There's so much money out there, so much cash, and this isn't even a gamble. If this property is really worth 95 grand and all you need is 55 to make the deal happen, it's a no-brainer. You could probably get away with 7 or 8% on this thing because you're giving people 4 or 5 times what they're going to get in the bank. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
So go down to the local RIA. Don't get stuck with this prostitute. You know what I mean? You don't need that. You don't need that. All right, but you got it under contract. How long you got to close?
I got to close September 30th.
Okay. Well, when's the meeting at the local RIA? When's the meeting at the RIA?
The meeting at the RIA is every third Thursday, so it'll be right before the 30th.
Okay, so have a chat with I would go back to your private lender you got right now and tell him you're really interested in doing business with this guy, but he's got to give you at least 2 years to make it happen. Okay. And if he gives you the extra year, give him a little something. Give him an extra $500 up front, or You know, whatever it is. Or tell them if you renew it for give them a 1 year with an option for another year. And if you renew it, you give them, I don't know, $500 or something like that. Give them a little kiss. And because I don't want to see you wait till the last minute and you're standing there with a contract that's worth good money, and all of a sudden, you know, you can't fund it. All right. So do those things. Still go to the RIA, still look for a deal, talk to your private lender, and see if you can get another year. A year's not gonna work for you. I don't feel warm and fuzzy about that. Because I'm gonna want to see you go back out and get more private money to do some more business.
Yeah.
The hell with the banks. The banks aren't gonna be your friend a year from now, believe me.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Yeah. That's why I wanted to bring it.
All right. Good luck to you, man. Make some money. Then next time I want to hear you on a call, I want to hear you say, I made that deal, now I'm in another one. All right.
All right. Thanks.
All right. You keep going, man. Don't let anything stop you. You're doing great. We're all proud of you. Thanks for the call.
All right. Thank you.
Did everybody learn a little bit of something on this call tonight? Hopefully got a little bit of something here or there, you know. John is a great guy. He's not afraid to share, you know. Maybe a couple of people will join, and I'll see him down there in October. He really puts on some show for the 4 days. He brings in stuff that I've never seen anyplace else. Guys, I've been at this real estate game for a while, and I spent probably as much as Iannotti on education. It's the way it is over the years. It just adds up. So, but you know what? I learn something every day. Even being on here with Justin, I learn something every day. So, and it's all worth it. It's all worth it. So with that, anybody else have any comments or questions?
Thanks for tonight's show, and thanks for bringing John on.
Yeah, you know, John, he's got a lousy internet connection. He was over in Fort Lauderdale or Lauderhill or something like that. So he had his own call in an hour before we started, and he couldn't even get a connection. So they just called it off, and they said, I go, what the hell is this guy gonna do with us now? In 20 minutes, our show starts. But he says, I'll work it out. And he doesn't take no for an answer. It's like the negotiating thing when he's got a deal. He doesn't take no for an answer. He just keeps going and going and going until the door gets slapped until they slam the door on him, you know. So, but it's my pleasure. I would try to bring you value here on Monday nights, you know. So I might bring him back so he can do his little dog and pony show with his video and all. It's really, really good. But we got some more people coming up over the next few weeks. And next week, we'll just go back to doing our bring a deal. We'll talk and open the floor up to whatever you want to talk about, you know. So I think it was great. So anybody else comments?
Thank you.
Questions?
That was great, Coach Steve. Thank you.
Yeah, man, my pleasure. Going once, going twice. Somebody's in the ejection seat there. I don't know what that was. That's the 007 chat. Push the button. Bing. Okay. All right. I guess we're done for tonight. So appreciate you all coming out, and have a great night, and talk to you all soon.
See you guys later. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
See you later.